Hello, I am Endlessness, and welcome back to Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis. Today I'd like to give you a complete rundown of the Secret Sweetheart event. We already had the Christmas event in this exact format, so this time we know what to expect, what to do, and I would like to explain how to play it most efficiently. So, this event doesn't require any stamina. Instead, we have those keys, those tickets that we can use to do some score battles to farm those cookies and chocolate boxes, which are basically mails we can exchange in the event store to buy some items. Currently, those tickets, they are very limited. We cannot get them from dailies or just event missions. And the only way to get them is when we gather those presents. You can gather them every hour if you want, or you can wait 24 hours and collect them every 24 hours. This is also what I recommend, because pretty much every day we get one story battle that levels up our presents. As you can see, currently it's level 9 out of 16. Today when we get an extra battle, this will level up and it'll be 10 out of 16, and it'll mean we'll be also getting more presents from that. So that means it's best to wait till you level up and then collect the gifts, so just you have a better chance to get either a little bit more or something better. However, soon it will change. Currently, yes, we do not have a lot of those tickets, but most likely on Tuesday we'll get a second store with part 2 of the event, and most likely we should also get extra dailies with some extra tickets. That's how it was in Christmas event. That was the exact same issue at the very beginning. Everyone was complaining that we want to farm this event, but we cannot because those tickets are very limited. Part 2 came out, and a few days later everyone was tired of this event because we had too many tickets. But also, if you are overcapped on those tickets, you cannot collect those presents. So just keep it in mind. And how I recommend to play this event. Currently, just do the dailies and don't do any more battles. Just slowly collect those tickets. Just gather 200 cookies and also those 100 crystals. Actually, even if you don't want to get the second daily to obtain the 200 hard cookies, you don't need to. Just do one battle to get your daily 100 crystals if you want. Because if you look at the score battles, I think we had score battle 2 right when the event came out, and if you go to the score rewards, we had only 24 chocolate, the chocolate box, and 53 cookies. It's not a lot. And if you compare it to our current highest score battle, we get up to 180, 184, and that's a huge difference per battle. Yes, it requires quite a lot more of those tickets. It's 30 instead of 15. However, you get a lot more of these. But also, scoring about 1.5 million for most people, it's impossible. This ranking reward is mostly for whales or someone who has really good team. In this case, a team of really good win DPS characters. And for most people, it might be around this area. So around 170 medals, 160 medals, which is still fine. Personally, if you do on auto and sped up battle, you should get around this amount, maybe a little bit slower. However, I personally, if I go full manual on this battle, I get almost 2 million, so around this area. However, it's still fine because if you look at the numbers, 180 of those medals, and if you go down, it's still 170 of those medals, 166 of those medals. That is still perfectly fine. So even if you cannot get this highest score, you are not really losing much. Because what, per battle you lose 10, 15 of those medals. That's almost nothing. And in my opinion, that's perfectly fine, because yes, this highest stage is for whales, and that's fine, because as free-to-play players or smaller players, we are still not losing much. The lowest one is, well, no one will get 90 points. You should get around at least 500,000 points. So you're losing at most 30 medals per battle, which is nothing. So if we go to the event noise and scroll down a lot to get to the schedule, almost every day we are getting the leveling battle for our daily presents, and on February 12th we'll get the last one, so it will put us at level 16 out of 16 on those daily presents. Other than that, every few days we are getting a higher score battle, so the one that uses a little bit more tickets but also gives us a lot more medals. And on Sunday we'll get a first high risk battle. It's essentially the same thing, just on those cards that we select prior the battle, they will have some risks, for example physical defense down. So also now we know why we have some character names written like Yuffie, Aerith, Tifa, Nanaki and Barret. It means in order to proceed with the event story, we'll have to clear that particular battle with that character. So on Sunday put Aerith for one clear, and then you can change your team back. However, now that we know all of that, it means we want to wait for that high risk battle 3 on February 13th. So yes, this event it will reward your patience, because in 2 weeks it means this event will be really worth to finally farm, because we'll have both stores, we'll be getting a lot more daily tickets in order to get more medals to clear the store. So now we can ask ourselves, what should we do for the next 10 days until this event is most worth farming and clearing out both stores? I can see why people say that there is nothing going on in the game right now, and personally I don't think it's a bad thing to have those few days of downtime, because we just had Sephiroth event, we had some other events, we also had the Golden Bomb Rush event, so most people, they spent a lot of stamina tonics on those events, especially on the Golden Bomb Rush, to get all the characters to level 70. I also seen some people completely run out of stamina tonics. So with few days of downtime in this game, I think it's perfect time to stock up on stamina tonics, and ideally you always want to have some in your gift box, so it means you are good on your stamina in the inventory, and then you have some extra. I have, as you can see, I have collected a lot, and it's just the stamina from the dailies. The reason why I'm doing this, we have beginning of February, so that means in about 2 weeks we'll get a new chapter with a whole new content update, and also level 70 level cap increase. We get them every month, and the Ever Crisis team, they always say level cap increase is scheduled to be implemented regularly, so I think you should expect level 75 in about 2 weeks. But also I am very sure next week we will get some new event running simultaneously at the same time with this event to keep us busy and entertained, but also we are due to have another ranking event, that ranking dungeon event. So just because we have 2, 3, 4 days of no events other than the Valentine's Day event, don't stress, we'll get something else soon. But also in that meantime, that means you can check your inventory, your items, and see if you need any of those, the genome megapods and the microcubes. if you are running low, it's perfect time to farm them. And also, if you have enough of them, check synthesis materials. If you need any of those synthesis catalysts or anything to synthesize some materia, you should farm that. For example, I've been farming for more than a few days. I've been farming those dawn catalysts because I am running low while I am still trying to make a good fireball. So it's perfect time to do that. Other than that, if you are a newer player, perfect time to spend your stamina on the Ifrit and Ramu. There's still quite a lot of stuff to do in the game. It's not like the game is suddenly dying because we have 3 or 4 days without an actual event. And I think my game is dead. So never mind. The game actually died. Alright, I had to restart the game. I have no idea what happened. How did I manage to actually break it? It never happened before. However, like I said, you can use your stamina on co-op content or on some solo battles, which I personally recommend. Just use your stamina on weapon quests or synthesis quests, depending on how many items of those you have. But also, I am not using any stamina tonics. Those tonics we get, they just land in my mailbox and that's it. And all I'm using is the natural stamina. I am slowly preparing for the upcoming content that we will get very soon and for the level 75 cap increase. So that's why sometimes those few days of downtime are not bad at all. That's at least what I think. And also it's perfect time to catch up because soon in 6-7 days we are getting Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. So it's perfect time to catch up and replay Crisis Core Reunion and FF7 Remake. But that's just my opinion and my mindset. So don't worry guys, we will be getting some new events soon that will be running at the same time and there will be something to do in the game. So don't stress over it. So thank you very much for watching and I hope to see you on the next one.